What's up, guys? It's your girl Brandy,
And what's up? I'm Shamari, and
and
we're
we're
Blaque.
black.
And you're watching Retro TV Rewind.
Hey guys, welcome to Retro TV Rewind. So today I am joined by two incredibly talented ladies. You will know them from their hit songs Bring It All to Me and 808, as well as starring in two of the most iconic films of the early 2000s, Bring It On and Honey, which does not get talked about enough, I think. Please welcome Brandy Williams and Shamari DeVoe from Blaque. Thank you so much for
Hello.
joining me today. How are you both?
So happy to be here with you today. We are doing awesome.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. I know you're very busy and I really appreciate you taking the time. It's very exciting and I think people are going to love it.
Awesome.
thank you.
So, kind of going back, how did Black come together for those who don't know?
Oh boy.
It's a long look like a long history. So I met Natina when we were 10 years old in the fifth grade. And me and her continued on, throughout our elementary school years, middle school years, making groups. We formed an urban country group at one time called Boots when we were like 12, 13 years old. And we just continued, we just fell in love. We've always had a passion for music. And, so we just continued to sing and create. And then Natina ended up having to stop singing in the group because her dad is a pastor and he didn't want her to sing secular music anymore. So I was like, but I want to keep going. So I kept going. And I finally got into a different group called Intrigue, which was kind of like a in vogue type group. We were all singing and harmonizing. And I met Brandy Williams over there. Well, she's married now. So it's Brandy Hightower. um, I met her when she was 12 years old because my group Intrigue was performing at the same talent showcase that she was performing at. And she was just so cute. And oh my God, she had on her cute little hip huggers, her halter top. She was up there just singing. She was singing, I want to be down with
Doing a
what you're
butterfly.
going through. Brandy song, and her name was Brandy. So I was like, oh my God, I know we got, intrigued, but we need to see if she want to be in our group too because she's just so adorable. Okay, so after the show, me and her talked, and we actually realized that we looked alike. We were both from Detroit, so we said we were sisters, and ever since then, we just been connected. And she ended up joining the group, and after that, that group kind of fell apart to a certain extent because Natina came back around. She ended up hooking up with Ronald Lopez, which is Lisa Left Eye Lopez's brother. And so she started singing secular music again. She was 16 years old, and I guess she told her dad, the heck with you, I'm gonna sing what I want to sing. So she called me one day and she was like, Lisa wants to build a group around me. I want you to be in the group. I want you to be in the group. So I was like, oh my God, I'm in this other group called Intrigue. I don't know what to do. So I finally decided to leave and then join Natina and Blaque. And then I remember Brandy from being in Intrigue for the little short stint of time she was in it. And I was like, she has to come join our group too, because it would be the perfect threesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So she came, we all sang for, Ronald Lopez first, right? We sang for Ronald Lopez, and then he took us to sing for his sister Lisa, and the rest is history. We got our first record deal at 17 years old. Brandy was how old? 15?
I was 14 when we
14.
signed. Hmm.
Excuse
Wow.
me. Yeah, Tommy
Yeah.
Mottola, Lisa flew us out to New York. We sang for Tommy Mottola. He told us, look, if y'all don't take the deal, I'm holding y'all hostage. Y'all need to sign this deal. And I was like, oh my God, really? This is something we've wanted for our whole life. We've only dreamed about this. Of course we're going to sign the deal. And yeah.
Oh gosh, that's amazing. And how did it feel for you, Brandy? I mean, 14 is so young. What was it like kind of going into all that so young?
Yeah, it was a dream come true. It's so funny when we talk about like the beginning because a lot of groups were together for like years and years and trying to get a record deal for years and singing for different labels. And Blaque kind of had like a fairy tale story where when we got together and Lisa, took us in the studio, we did like a small demo, 3-song demo. The first label that we approached, we got our deal. Like
It
it
was
wasn't a major struggle for us, and a
yeah,
lot of groups don't have that
yeah.
type of beginning that we had. So it was a dream come true.
Yeah,
It
because
really was.
like Brandy said, we both were like struggling to try to get record deals before we all finally came together as Blaque, with
Yeah.
me and Intrigue and her being a solo artist. I can't even tell you how many record labels I auditioned for before Blaque. And then when I got
Yeah.
in Blaque, it was one and
One.
done.
Yeah.
We were on our way.
It was
No, I mean
great.
you're all amazing. You're all amazing individually, but together, I mean,
Yes.
you're just incredible. The vocals, I mean, and you all complement each other so well, with Natina doing the rapping and then, the two of you, it's just amazing. Black was one of my favorite groups growing up. I was obsessed. I loved you.
Oh.
I mean, I think I was 5 years old when I started kind of, when I got into Black and I, learned
Oh
all
my
about you. And
God.
I mean,
That's
I
amazing.
absolutely love you. You're all amazing. And,
Oh, thank
to be able to sit here right now and talk to you is just incredible. Never would have imagined it. So it's
Oh,
amazing.
thank
well,
you so
thank
much.
you.
That just warms our hearts.
I
Oh, I'm glad,
know.
glad. And so speaking obviously of Lisa, she was, obviously like a mentor to you and early on in your careers. And how was it having her, in your corner and kind of guiding you?
It was a blessing. I mean, Lisa was more than just like a musical mentor for us. She was actually like a real sister to us, a aunt, or whatever she
Big
needed to be at
sister,
the time, a
mommy
mommy.
Martian.
Yeah, like whatever role she needed to play at the moment, she was filling those shoes. And we're very, very close with the Lopez family. I always say that Lisa put a family together and then she got out of here, because we're all still very, very,
Man,
very tight. So
yes.
it was definitely a blessing to have her just in
Mm.
our lives
Mm.
personally, but musically, I mean, to walk through the door with a legend like, Lisa Left Eye Lopez co-signing you, it just put that extra, stamp on Black to solidify us and for
Yes.
people to, pay attention to us right out the gate. So I think that it was just incredible. She was obviously in the video 808. I mean, she did both videos with us, I Do and 808, but our very first single, she's in the video. She's putting her stamp on us. So it was just incredible.
Yeah. And she would always tell us that we reminded her so much of her group. And she said when we got together, it was like magic. And that's the
Yeah.
same thing they would tell TLC. And that was just such a compliment and a blessing to be compared to the multi-million-dollar selling trio TLC, like just coming out and finally getting a chance at music like that. And then coming out under her wing was just so incredible.
Oh, that's
Lisa.
amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, TLC, I mean, were incredible. I mean, growing up, I grew up with their music as well, and they were amazing. So, it's not a bad thing to be compared to an
No,
incredible
no.
group like them. But,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
also incredible, and you had your fans and you did your thing. So, as much as you were kind of, in the same league as TLC, you had your
Yes.
own thing and you're doing your own thing, and so you were
Yes.
amazing as
Totally.
well. And speaking of, your hits, I Do an 808,
Ah!
Come
going
on,
back to
classic,
this beautiful
classic.
little gem
Oh
here,
my
this little
Yes,
beauty
you
God.
here.
have that. That is, oh my God. Like I have not seen one of those, a CD
Oh
in
my
so
God.
long.
I
Oh
love it.
my
I love
gosh.
Yes.
it.
This is our,
I love it.
can you show the CD? Come on. Look, my son wants to see. That's mommy's CD. Will you see that?
Hi, Roman. Hi, honey.
Wow. All
I
right.
love it. I love it. And also, no one can ever pull off bubble wrap like you can,
Ah.
honestly. I mean, you made it fashion, really, because
Natina
I
was
don't think
Yes.
anybody else could style it and pull it off, but you look amazing. I mean, Honestly, those outfits are just amazing. You
That
wouldn't
was
think bubble wrap could look so
That
good,
was
but you
all
that
made it look
Natina.
that
amazing.
was not us. That
That
was
was
all
all
Natina.
Natina.
It was
Natina
Natina.
was she was so creative. Like not only did
Yes.
Mhm.
she like help write with 808 I Do and a lot of the songs on the record, she thought that we should all wear bubble wrap and
Yeah.
get it styled. And it just came across so like colorful and futuristic and
Mhm.
fun. And
Yeah.
it went so perfect with everything that Black stood for, believing in
Yeah.
life, achieving a quest for unity and everything. Like it was just man,
Yeah.
that girl
So
right there,
crazy.
I
I
It
can
so
looks
inspired.
remember
it looks amazing.
I can remember the conversation we had with our stylist for that shoot. I remember being on the phone and Natina being like, bubble wrap it. They were like, okay, like, but they made it happen. And when we got to that shoot and we saw bubble wrap, it
Oh
was
my,
insane. Like they really made that happen. Like, wow, it was
I was
crazy.
so excited about that photo shoot that I don't even think I went to sleep the night before. I remember
Wow.
watching the clock go by
Yeah.
every hour, and then like oh my god, I can't go to sleep. I'm just so excited, and
Yeah.
we got out there, and the infamous Sam Fine.
Ooh,
Okay,
honey. Yes.
tell you.
Yes. Yes.
Sam Fine did our makeup. Let me tell you, if you get blessed by
Yes.
the hands of Sam Fine, you have definitely made it in this business. Okay.
Yes.
He did our makeup and
Yes.
everything turned
Oh,
out amazing. The photographer, I remember he was shooting, and the whole time he was shooting us, he was like, "Wow, you
Yeah.
guys are
You guys
great.
are
You girls are
great.
incredible. Wow." I was like, "Oh, this is
Wow.
it."
no,
Yes.
you looked amazing in that photo shoot. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And actually, speaking of obviously CDs as well. I don't know if you know this, but it might be interesting for you to know because I collect CDs, vinyls. I'm a big collector. I'm old school. I love it. And did you know? Because obviously you only had this album released, on physical vinyl and CD. That the vinyl for this is a very coveted item. People want it is really coveted by people. They want it. It goes for a
Wow.
lot of money. It's very valuable, and people want it. Collectors want it. There's a website called Discogs, and it's kind of for collectors.
Wow.
And over 300 people really want it. It's so rare, though. It's not easy to get a
Wow.
hold of. But no,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
no, that people love you, and they, the collectors out there, they want it.
Wow.
Wow, that is
That's
so crazy.
amazing.
Like I did not know that. I had no idea. Well,
Yeah, I think it's just something nice to know as well. I mean,
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
nice to know that people, they want it. It's a very collectible item, and people love you. They love your music, and they
right.
should.
Visually, it's definitely a staple that
Yeah,
it's
I would
Yes,
love to be
so
able to
pretty.
actually own the vinyl one day because it's just gorgeous as well. I mean, the photography on the vinyl, blown up to that is just so beautiful to look at as well. The
wow.
colors, the
Yeah.
photography, everything is just amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And then speaking of your platinum selling album, speaking of that, how did it feel when you just took the world by storm? And how can you talk a bit about that time when it just everything started happening?
Wow. It was just a
Yeah.
really amazing time of like fun, very fast paced time in our life. Like things were just happening one after another. We're got a record out, we do this photo shoot, and then it's like, oh, okay, now the song's doing really great, shoot a video, and now you're on tour. It was just everything was kind of very, very fast paced, but a lot of fun. I always say like when we got on tour with NSYNC, obviously it was crazy being on that tour, opening up for a group like NSYNC. We were blessed to have the same management. So, but I remember when we first started the tour, it was kind of like, we're the newbies. The song was just kind of, hitting the
Didn't even
charts
come
and
out
stuff.
yet.
And
It didn't
yeah,
even
like
come
they
out yet.
they didn't.
It didn't even come out yet. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
like it wasn't even out. Like nobody knew us.
Nobody knew us.
And
We
then
was opening up for NSYNC, and we're like one
nobody
of the
knew.
biggest groups, boy bands of that time, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
these like
nobody knew.
nobody knew,
And
but they loved us and they accepted us.
yeah,
They
Oh,
received us. Like the crowd was just roaring. I was like, oh my god, I feel like
yeah.
Michael Jackson up here right now.
Yeah, it went from that to then them like halfway through the tour, like being like Black, like chanting our name, and we were like, oh, okay, like they do know us. They are looking for us, like it was crazy. It was amazing. It was an amazing time.
And
Oh, it's
yeah,
amazing.
and
And
then
what was the experience like? How long did you tour with NSYNC for?
It was like almost 2 months, right?
yeah, I would say like 2 months.
And what was the
Yeah.
experience like with them? Did you spend much time with them kind of off the stage when you were touring? How was
Yes.
that?
Oh
What
yeah.
were they like?
They were so cool. We actually were all managed by the same person, Johnny Wright. So we knew them. We would hang out with them. They were just super cool and fun. And we
Yeah.
would prank people together in the hotel.
Yes.
Look, like we're just a bunch of,
Fun
yeah,
kids.
kids that just having a good time. So it was cool.
Very,
Oh, that's
very fun.
amazing. And then obviously, you toured with TLC as well. What
Yes.
obviously, what was the response with that tour as well? Was it, did you get the same response from the crowd? Was it
Yeah.
amazing as well?
I mean, by that time, the album had been out, and like we had made our mark, it was happening at that point. So
Mhm.
it was a
Yeah.
different vibe because we knew, like, okay, yeah, they're coming to see us. So it was great, like, to be on that stage. It was a hard tour. It was a winter tour. I remember that. It was cold. It was a winter tour, so it was hard. As far as that, I remember that it was cold, but it was great. Like, our fans were definitely there to see us. And I think I think TLC, maybe not Lisa, because Lisa knew what we were, and who we had, but I think the other girls might have been a little surprised, of the response that Blaque was getting. And we weren't technically, we were an opening act, but we had our own fans, and they were coming to see us. And so I think they might have been a little shocked about our response to the tour and how great it was. Yeah.
And unfortunately, obviously, you didn't. I know hearing about you planned to do a world tour, but it didn't quite happen. Do you think at some point you might do a tour?
Yeah.
Yes,
Would
yeah,
love
I
to do a
mean,
tour.
love
Definitely.
to.
Yeah. Black
Yeah.
headlining. We should get us on the map out there. We'll come out there, hook us up. We'll be out there in London where New
Yes,
York.
Yes.
You want
yes,
to be our
please.
manager, you want to promote us, we got you. We on it.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, it would be
We're on our
amazing. And
way.
also you have so many incredible songs as well. So, obviously you need to have your own, full-on show,
Yeah.
opening acts not enough. We
I,
need, a
yeah.
full Black tour show, everything. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of people would love to see that. I
We
know I
actually
would.
Yeah.
headlined our first tour in Japan, in
Yeah.
Tokyo. That was our first show that we headlined, and then after that we went on tour in Europe. We went to like Germany and
Mhm.
Switzerland, and I have not been to London. We did do like a little promo in London. That was around
Mhm.
1999. I have not been back since.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
miss
wow.
it. I
I
miss
was
the
just
UK. I
there.
want to.
Yeah, I was there last year, so I was able to see it, actually, because when you're on the road, you don't get to really see. You're just there working. But I called Shamari. I was like, I'm going to London. I can't believe it. She was like, we haven't been there since '99. I'm like, I know. I'm gonna go see it
Yes.
this time. I was a straight
Yes.
tourist. It was incredible.
How did it feel coming back, obviously after such a long time? How did it feel? Did it feel very, obviously, I mean, London has changed so much since the
Yeah.
90s. How did it feel kind of coming back after such a long time?
It was incredible. Like, I love it there. I love it there. It feels like a part of New York to me. Like Soho,
Mm.
Piccadilly, like that whole area. It feels very New York. The food, the music scene, all of it. Like, it's dope. I love it. Obviously the shopping, like Harrods, like, how could you, like,
Yeah.
love it.
Yes,
The
that's the dangerous
croissants.
thing about London. That's the dangerous thing about London. Even when you live there, when you go out, you can have like your own little holiday, even when you live there. And it's
Yes.
dangerous because when you go out, you can spend. You can
You can
spend. You
spend
go to the
money.
shops. It's so easy.
Yes,
It's so
it is
easy.
not. London is not cheap. It is not cheap. It's very
Mm-mm.
expensive in London, but
Yes.
I like it
Yeah.
though. It's
I'm
it's a good
here for
time.
it. I need a flat in London. Okay.
Yes,
gosh,
Yes.
yes. There are some beautiful flats. There are some beautiful flats. They're expensive, but they're beautiful. There's some
Yes.
beautiful places here.
Yes.
And kind of, we spoke earlier about, your style at the time, obviously it was very futuristic. What inspired that look? Was that, again, was that kind of you and Natina? Was that your own idea, or was that kind of what the label wanted to promote you as?
I
It
think
was
it was a
definitely,
combination of,
yeah. I think it
of
was definitely us. Like we always wanted to be like the next, or like, what was not happening at the time. Like we wanted to be the future. And I think Natina was just spearheading that, especially with the first project. But and the label kind of just, having Lisa didn't hurt us, because the label just kind of let us kind of do whatever we wanted to do, and they were, and but they got it, not, it wasn't just like, we'll just let them do whatever, because they got it and they saw like, oh, this is dope. This is, it's innovative. It's, it's futuristic. It's cool. But it definitely came, the origin of it came from us, because we did
yeah,
not want to look like anyone else. We didn't
anybody
want to
else.
yeah, be a part of what was happening then. We wanted to be the future.
It's very much so the Y2K fashion.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
what was going on back then. And not only that, there was a lot of comparisons, like you said, between us and TLC, but we used the same stylist as TLC as well. So that was Lisa's uncle, Uncle Kyle, rest in
Yeah.
peace. So he would style us, and he had all these cool pieces, and yeah, so
No, Blaque
Yeah.
had some very iconic looks. I mean, you have some incredible, incredible looks, honestly. There. I think was it the Billboard Music Awards, or was
yeah.
that you had? Yeah, you had some amazing outfits. Very. I don't think anyone at the time really was channeling what you guys were. It was very unique and just gorgeous, gorgeous
Oh,
looks.
well,
I'd
thank
wear it
you.
now, honestly. I want those looks to come back. I want the 2000
Ah,
style to come back.
It
There's so
actually
many
did. Like
it
looks.
it
did.
did come
It did
back.
for a minute. Yeah,
And
it did.
yeah, for a minute, like it
Yeah.
came back, and I had
No, it
like
needs
a
to
bunch of
come back, permanently. I feel there are just so many amazing looks from the 2000s that need trends.
stuff.
Some trends maybe not, and some trends yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And kind of talking about Bring It On, I'm sure you get asked about it a lot. But how did that opportunity come about?
How did it come about?
Was it okay? So they reached out to us. We do know
Yeah.
that they're like, okay,
Yeah.
they want you. They want us to do a movie. I think it was Johnny, right? That they reached out, or was it Lisa?
Johnny.
Johnny. Okay, so yeah, so they reached out to Johnny, and they asked for Blaque to be on in the movie, and we didn't have to audition, which was incredible. Like, that was
Yeah.
awesome for a movie, not to audition for Universal Pictures. So that was a blessing. So we did a whole in preparation. We did a whole cheerleading camp for like 2 weeks, where we had to learn how to do like the stunts and go up in the air, and we had to do the choreography and everything. And that's when we met Gabrielle Union and a lot of the other
Kirsten.
Clovers, East Compton High Clovers. And it was really nice. It was a great experience to be a part of such an iconic movie. And who knew that it was going to blow up like it did? Okay, like it seriously to this day is a cheerleading cult favorite.
Yes.
And people every Halloween, they're dressing up like us, wearing the green and the orange and the yellow Clover uniforms. And it's crazy.
And did you I know I saw, did you have kind of like your own clothing line at one point for the Clovers? I feel like I've seen something. Or
No, we didn't have our own.
no?
Um,
Well, we didn't have our own clothing line, but I met a guy. He's a police officer, a security guard at the Win, and he said that I think his aunt or his cousin went to like some old like shop or something, and he has our original Clover's uniform. Like they bought it from like a consignment shop or something like that, which is crazy because they wouldn't give them to us,
they
but they
wouldn't give
went
it to
ahead
us.
and they would not give us our uniforms.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not fair.
So
That's
this
That's
an
random guy comes
crazy.
up to me and said, "I have your original Clover's uniform." I'm like, "Can I have it?"
Right. Yeah,
But I think
like
it's just so cool though. Like just the fact that people, are out there and they're loving, they still loving the movie to this day and
Hmm.
still wanting to look like us and cheer like us and dance like us.
it's crazy.
No, it's a great film. I love it. I grew up with it again. I used to watch it all the time with my sister. It was one of those films we were obsessed with. And it
Yeah,
was, it's just a fun kind of just feel good film, You just watch
yeah,
it and you just, it just, it's nice. It takes you out of reality. It just, you just watch and you enjoy and it's just fun. That's for
yeah,
me personally, I love just watching fun, happy films like that. They just make you feel good, and that's the
Yes.
great thing about it.
yeah. I always say bring it on is the gift that keeps on giving. Like we just
Hmm.
it just keeps on giving because man, did we not think that it would be this, when we first started it was called Cheer Fever. It was a whole, different name and we just didn't think it would turn into what it has become today. So it is definitely the gift that keeps on giving. I thank God for bringing it on. I really do. It keeps us relevant with the babies, the kids that are coming up. If they don't know our music, they know that movie. So, it's just it's the gift that keeps on giving for sure.
Yeah, I had this one of my classmates send me a picture of myself from Bring It On, and she's like a lot young. She's like 29 at this time, and she's like, "Oh my God, like this person looks just like you." I
Oh
said,
wow.
"That's because it is me."
This
I'm trying to
person.
tell you, little girl, you
Ah,
should
this
know.
person. Not this person. This person looks just like you.
Yeah, she was like, "This is like just like." I said, "That's because it is me." Like, hello,
Hello, McLean.
That's funny.
is anybody in there?
Oh gosh.
Hilarious.
And obviously, speaking of another iconic film from the 2000s, which I think this film didn't get appreciated, I think, until a little after its release, was Honey.
Oh yeah,
I
Yeah.
mean, I was obviously, again, one of the films I loved as well growing up, and it's just such a great one. But I think now has such a huge following. I mean, people love it. They really do.
yeah,
And obviously, you did the music video. I'm good in that film. And how did that opportunity to you did it with Missy Elliott. You had a small role
Yeah.
in that at the end with Missy Elliott and Jessica Alba, and then obviously you shot the video. How was that experience working with Missy and Jessica, and being a part of that amazing film?
Well, we love Missy. Missy is great. We worked with her on our Torch album, so we've done a few things with her. But shooting that video it was good. It was interesting. Um,
well,
it was an interesting
yeah,
experience. Yeah, I would say that I just felt like it was a very interesting. We didn't really know what it was gonna be. Honey was
yeah.
and Jessica Alba
We
was fairly new, as a actress, and so we didn't really know what that was
Yeah.
gonna turn
I
out to
think
be, but
the transition at that time from us going to Elektra Records as new artists, I don't think that they really got us at that
mm,
time. As far
yeah,
as I think what we love the song and the energy, but behind the scenes, we weren't too happy with like the styling and like the like little things
Mm.
like that. We was like, nah,
yeah,
I wouldn't wear that. I don't want that. Let's get Uncle
yeah,
Kyle to make our clothes. Like what
right,
are
Yeah.
we doing?
right,
You're pulling clothes from a boutique. We need our stuff made. So it's
yes,
Mm.
like I don't think they really got us at that point. So
Yeah.
that's where Brandy is kind of like, it was interesting. That part was
yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Is that
yeah.
actually is that why this the single isn't on any of your albums? Is that why? Because you weren't really happy kind of with the situation? Because I
Well, that is because so the single is actually on our album that we released, Torch. It's a part of
Mhm,
that. We did a 20-year release for our
mhm,
20-year anniversary. But Good was the single for the movie. So it was kind of like a separate thing, right? So it really was
yeah.
like Black coming back. It was our
Mhm.
single, but it was the title track for Honey, so it was kind of like a separate thing. And then we were supposed to release more from the album, right?
Right.
But we were signed to Elektra, which at that point, there was a huge merger at the time in music history at that moment, and labels were merging, and a lot of like smaller boutique labels were being either dropped or swept up by other majors, and we kind of got caught in that crossfire because Elektra was going to be no more. So Elektra, they decided who they were going to keep and who they weren't, and Blaque was a part of the people that were kind of being swept because our label head was actually being moved to another label. So it was like, okay, well, if she's not coming over to Warner, then we don't need the group either. So it was just kind of like we got caught in the politics of music at that point. So it
Yeah.
just, it just kind of fell by the wayside. So that's what happened with that.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
obviously speaking of, that Can't Get It Back. The music video sadly is
Yes.
not out there, and we've
Oh,
seen bits and pieces of it, and I mean, there's even a petition, I'm sure you've seen it going on, to get it released, and what I've seen obviously looks like just such a great video. Can you tell us a little bit about the video and kind of the concept behind it? Because obviously, if we don't get to see it, I hope it comes out one day because it looks
oh
amazing.
man. We have to like, I'm sorry, my voice is like going out. I don't know why. But my favorite video, one of my favorite videos is that video. It has to come out. Like we have to figure out a way to get Sony to release it because first of all, Natina was pregnant with Trin. Natina looked absolutely gorgeous in that video.
Yeah.
She was like when that glowing, like when women are pregnant and they have that glow, like she was. We kept. I remember us watching the screen while she was filming her parts and being like, she looks freaking beautiful. Like she was just gorgeous. That video is literally one of my favorites. Like beautiful video. It was done so good.
Yeah, it was really nice. We this was an album that we actually had a lot more creative control over. We were executive producers on it, and it was just a lot of fun. And I just remember just being able to do whatever we wanted. Like, okay, I hit up Nick Cannon. I'm like, Nick Cannon, can you play my boyfriend in the video?
Yeah,
He was like, sure. I said, okay, great. I said, who I gotta talk to? He was like, you just gotta talk to me. I was like, okay, great. Well, be my boyfriend in the video. So he came,
yeah,
Nick came, and he was
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah, and it was so much fun. It was just a fun video. And yeah, I hope you guys get to see it
yeah.
one
And
day.
Lisa
I
was
mean,
there. Lisa was there with us. She was not in the video, but she happened to be in LA while we were shooting it. And she came to the set. Like it was a
yeah,
great video, man. Like we had
so much fun.
tweet from Next. He was in it too.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
So it was good, man. It was fun. It was just a great video.
Oh,
Gotta
this
we gotta get it
this
out.
sounds like a video that we need to see. It needs to it needs to find a way to get this out because it
I
sounds
mean,
like
we
an
had
amazing
bits and
video.
pieces and clips, around the house at one point. I don't know what
I
happened.
know. Oh,
Yeah, no,
gotta
it
find
looks so
it.
amazing. And obviously, you're amazing dancers and obviously in all your music videos you dance and the dance moves from what we've seen in this one just look great. They just look
Yeah,
amazing. So, yeah, this is definitely something that I think fans want to see.
yeah. Who choreographed that? Was it Hi Hat?
I think it was. I think it maybe.
Or was it Swoop? It was no, probably, or was it Rivero, Romero, and
Was it? I think it was. I
yeah.
think it was him. I think
Okay,
it was them.
yeah, okay.
Yep.
Wow.
I had to ask Draco. That's a good
Yeah.
question. I feel like it was them though.
Just reminiscing over the good old days.
And so, kind of wrapping up, because I know obviously you've got busy days ahead of you, got a lot going on. So I will ask you, Is there anything that you are working on at the moment? What can we expect coming from Blaque?
Well, we are working to get over there so we can see our fans over there. Like that is the
I'll do
truth.
what I
Like,
can. I'll do what I can. I'll help you make it
man,
happen.
listen, we have had so many people say, "When are you coming overseas? We love you over here." It's so many countries that we haven't been to, and we have so many fans all over the world. Thank God. That is a major thing that we really want to do is to get overseas and connect with you guys. But obviously, we're working over here in the States, but that's a big, big thing for us. We really want to get over there. So that's a huge thing that we're working on right now
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
and
get
just
over there.
doing more shows and touring and just increasing visibility because our fans miss us so much,
Yeah,
like Brandy said, and they really want to see us. So that doing shows and we're constantly recording. We're always recording.
yeah,
That just is never going to stop. As being professional singers, we're going to do that for the rest of our lives. So,
yeah.
Will there
And I
will
don't
there ever
know.
be will there ever be another album?
oh
A new
yeah,
album?
Yeah, I
oh
mean,
yeah,
we're never
definitely.
not
We,
gonna put
yeah.
music out, and I don't know if you guys, there's a show over here called Unsung.
Yes.
Um, so do you guys see that over there?
Yes, I think we do have the channel, I think, yes.
Okay, okay. So, that was released last year, and just wanting to get our story out as much as possible. So we have been
Yes.
talking about a biopic,
Mhm.
possibly coming. So things like that, just making more amazing memories and things, bigger things down the pipeline. So yeah.
Yeah, and also, yeah, I've seen Unsung, and it's I saw it's really just beautiful, it's heartwarming, it's emotional, and it really just, it shows another side to Black, and it was amazing to watch and see, and there are some heartbreaking moments and some really beautiful moments, and it's nice to, get to see that side of Black as well. So it was amazing. When did you do it?
We filmed it.
The beginning of last year,
Oh, last year. Okay.
Yeah.
or was it the year
No,
before?
no, it was the year before, and it came
Okay,
out last. It
so
came
it was
out last year.
2023,
Hmm.
and then it came out in 24.
Yeah.
And we're talking about it in 25.
25.
Years to come.
Yes.
Yes. No, if the people out there haven't seen it, they need to watch it because,
Yeah.
it's just it's great. It's amazing. People need to see it.
Thank you.
Yeah. We have, you know what, we couldn't fit everything into the one little episode. Like we really need a whole biopic. Like we need like
Yeah.
3 days worth just to really like tell you our full story because
Mhm.
there is a lot. So
Yes.
if you think you got something in that 40 minute of unsung, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so much more. It's so much more.
No, I'm sure a lot of people would love to, watch that and have a really deep dive into and, find out there's a lot I'm sure about you that we don't know. So
Yeah.
that would be amazing to see a biopic and really take a deep dive in.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. That's
Well,
definitely
thank
something
you.
that we want to produce and get out there because yeah, it would definitely be very shocking, very
Yeah.
shocking and fun and wow and suspense type
Hmm.
mystery,
Oh
everything.
my.
Yeah. A
Like it
lot of,
would like seriously, like there's a lot.
a lot.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Well, you got to make that happen. We want to see this now.
Yes. Purr.
Yes.
Well, thank you both so much for taking the time to have a chat with me. I think people are going to love this podcast and love just seeing you guys. I think it's going to be really great. And I just, again, thank you for taking the time. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh,
Thank
well,
you.
thank you
Thank you
so
for
much for
having
having
us.
us. We had so much
Thank
fun.
you. Thank
Yes.
you. I'm so happy. Yes, please, when if you have time in the future and there's so much to talk about. So if you have time, please come back on. I
Oh
would love to
yeah.
have you. I would love
Yeah,
to
hit
have
us
you.
up.
Yes.
We'd love to come back.